Ryan Seacrest, and the very, very cute and dressed perfectly for radio today.
She's beautiful.
The very beautiful Demi Lovato has joined us.
Hi.
Good to see you.
She used to be cute. Now she's beautiful.
Aww.
That's right. You've grown from cute to beautiful now. But you look great.
Thank you.
You've
so
got
much.
a big smile on your face.
I do.
So happiness surrounds you now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I try to create positive energy everywhere I go.
Yeah, and we've got a big song coming up that I'm going to play for everybody in a second. I watched the video before you came in, which is, I don't know what the right words are, but it's a very powerful and personal video. So tell me, before we get into the song and more of the video, what emotions you're feeling and singing about in this song.
Well, it's a really interesting story that comes with this song. When I first heard the song, it was over a year ago, and it was before anything had happened. As the world knows, I kind of went through a bunch this last year, and it had happened. Like, I heard the song before anything had happened, and I was like, I just instantly gravitated towards it, and I was like, I have to record this. Like, I don't care if I didn't write on it. Like, I have to record this. I'm obsessed with it. Like. And I recorded it. I went into the studio, and I just sat there with me and the producer, Toby Gadd, and I literally, and somebody from the label, John, and I just sat there and I just cried my eyes out. I was like almost doubled over in like emotion. Like, it was crazy. And we finished the song, and then I went through everything, and then I tried to re-record it, but it didn't have that same emotion and that same I don't know, that same almost cry for help that I had when I first recorded it.
So it's called Skyscraper.
Yes.
So what's interesting about the story is that when you heard it, you knew what you were going through.
Yes.
No one else really
No
did,
one else
right?
did, no.
Who in your family knew? Anybody?
Well, my family's known that I've had issues with food and eating for about like 6 years now. So, every now and then they're like, are you okay? Are you eating? Like, what are you doing? And I was able to check in with them, but it got to a point where I just was lying. And to everyone that was around me, my managers, to people I was working with. And
what were you lying about?
About just eating and about being happy. And there's a lot of pressure these days, especially like I feel like I live in a city where no woman eats. Like, I go to restaurants and I look around, and like now I have like a clearer view on like, or a better perspective on just I don't know, women and body image.
Haven't you been to that one restaurant where you only order plates?
Absolutely.
It's just a plate.
Hello, that was like me for like 6 years.
Nothing's on it.
And I literally look around nowadays and I'm like, wow, I literally live in a city where it's like nobody eats.
And what was the toughest part for you, I guess, admitting it and sharing it with your family and your friends?
Yeah. I mean, it was the elephant in the room. Everyone knew about it, but nobody wanted, not that nobody wanted to say anything. They just didn't know how to approach it.
Yeah.
And it was affecting every aspect of my life. Like, I was being cranky. I was irritable. I was not pleasant really to work with. And this is my life, like acting, music, mainly music. But like, this is my life. And I became like a little brat on set. And I just had so much growing up to do. And ultimately, it wasn't I was ever intentionally trying to be that way, but I just had so much going on in my head that like I just could, I don't know, I just had so much going on.
What was so, interesting and about it was I remember seeing you backstage at American Idol, and we were chatting, and you always did seem to be the happiest person. I mean, like you were bubbly and happy and had this amazing energy and spirit.
Thanks.
Which clearly you had on the outside, but then when you were alone, it wasn't that way. Yeah,
and I think it just all, boiled up, and I ended up doing things that I regret to this day. And
what was the toughest part of this journey that you've been through? Because you went into rehab for how long?
I went for 3 months.
So what was the toughest part of the last 6 months of your life?
Oof. Well, I have to say that spending Christmas in treatment was really, really difficult. And I spent basically every holiday from Halloween to almost Valentine's Day. And I just remember like sometimes sitting there and being like, I had so much just like 6 months ago. And here I am like in a treatment center. And what has my life become? Like, how did I let it get to this point? And that's what my whole song is kind of about. It's about rising above those issues. And hopefully what this song does for my fans, if only my fans, hopefully more people, but if only my fans, it tells them that it's gonna be okay. No matter how hard your rock bottom is, you can rise above it and you can come back. Like, I even got this tattooed on me. Stay
That's
strong.
radio. You have to explain it.
Sorry. I totally forgot.
Stay and strong.
Like, I got a tattoo to show my support for my fans, and also I
But
love
do you
tattoos.
have? But you point to your wrists.
Yeah,
Okay. And do you have scars on your wrists?
I do.
Okay.
And so it was very symbolic for me to be able to, like, cover that up and also replace it with something else that's permanent that I'll never be able to forget. The support that I had when I went in.
I think you are so strong and
Thank you.
courageous to go from where you were to where you are, and also to sit here and tell the story.
Thank you.
I want to play the song. It's called Skyscraper. This is Demi Lovato. It is on 102.7 Kiss FM. Listen. It is Demi Lovato's Skyscraper. It is on air with Ryan Seacrest, and she is here and listening
Hello.
to that song that is just released. And what do you feel when you hear it on the radio?
To be honest, I feel like I'm in a dream right now, and I have, like, all these crazy weird butterflies in my stomach.
Right.
Because I don't know. Not only is it just, like, the journey that I've had in my own life and my personal life and the issues that I've overcome and things like that, but it's also just, like, still really surreal to me to even just be sitting with you, Ryan. Like, I watched you on the first season of American Idol with Kelly Clarkson. I
Oh
was
my
like,
God, you were 4.
as close to that, but don't worry about it. no, and now I'm sitting here telling a story that was being almost created in that time that I was watching you on television. Now I'm telling you what I was doing during those days, and it's just really surreal. I'm still kind of flabbergasted at the fact that my song is on a radio station, let alone Kiss FM, and now hopefully it's helping others. I don't know. I just feel really weird right now.
Don't feel. You are at home. Relax.
No.
Don't feel weird.
And it's not a bad weird. It's just
Yeah.
like a. Wow.
It is interesting, though, to talk about how it could impact and affect other girls, because you are not alone in what you dealt with
Right.
bulimia, anorexia, eating disorders, depression, all of that, which started for you at a young age. There are girls who are in the middle of that now, who are listening, who don't know what to do, who feel trapped.
Right.
And so what do you say to them so that, because they're embarrassed, I'm sure, to admit it, right? What do they do?
Well, my whole point in being so honest about my journey and my recovery is to be able to help people. I mean, I know not a lot of artists or not a lot of celebrities will come out and, basically air to the world all of their dirty laundry.
Yeah.
But with my problems, I was able to see that if I'm able to share it with people, maybe it'll help that one girl who would end up killing herself from the disease that she would eventually have. And I want them to know, and that one girl that's listening right now, or boy, this happens to girls and boys, I want that person to know that you just need to tell someone and it's gonna be okay and you can make it through it, because I'm living proof.
Did
of
you
it.
think of killing yourself?
No, I never became suicidal. I was in some really, really dark times, though.
So, okay, well, when I saw you at Idol and you were with Joe at the time, Joe Jonas, did he know about all this?
He was my best friend for, like, years prior to that, so he knew. When we first shot the first movie together, like,
But you guys, I remember you were going somewhere, and I was telling you about this place to go, and I'm like, and I didn't know anything. I'm like, they have the best food ever.
You remember I was telling you to go?
Yeah,
I'm like, they have the most amazing enchiladas. You've got to go to this
Hey, look,
spot.
I love enchiladas. I love enchiladas, and now I will totally eat it, and it'll stay down.
But he was close. I mean, he was one of those that was obviously close to you as a best friend.
Yeah.
That did help you through this?
Yeah, I've had a lot of support, and obviously I'm not super close with him anymore, just because a lot has happened.
Sure.
And but I was very thankful to have the support of many friends, and to this day, even still, a lot of friends that are, they will tell me like, you need to eat more than that, and I'm like, oh, okay, because sometimes I just don't know. But at the end of the day, I have a lot of friends that are supporting me through whatever issues I have, whether it's like I broke a nail and I need a shoulder to cry
That's
on.
a major issue.
It is a major issue.
What's your relationship like with your mother?
My mother is the strongest woman that I know and have ever met in my life. And with my mom, we have just become so much closer over this past year. She's just like, I can't explain to you because it's her story to tell, but she's gone through so much, and she's been the most amazing. Like, I might cry right now. Like, she's just an amazing person.
And is your dad with you?
Yeah,
He's here today, right?
Yeah, my dad. And they're both like the best parents I could ever ask for.
And so when they saw that video, what did they say to you?
I remember my mom being like, wow. That was like her actual reaction. And my dad always cries. He always like blames it on allergies, but I know he's really crying. And he's probably crying right now.
He blames it on That's a good one. I got to use that one more often. Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you're here. Demi Lovato is with us. We're going to come back. Some lighter questions.
Yay.
A little bit more fun right after this. Coming up in your sleeves here in just a sec. Find out what has a Harry Potter star looking beyond the upcoming franchise finale.
Yes, he's going to go from bully to something else you'll be surprised by. I'll tell you about it in the sleaze.
All right.
You're on air with Ryan Seacrest. Kiss FM.